Is that a partial fact?
No, 100% fact. This is halal.
Okay.
So
no, I know it's halal, but I'm saying it's made from sheep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sheep make it actually.
Okay.
In their bodies.
Alright. Well, there you have it, folks. Sheep making in their bodies.
Okay, guys, I'll do the intro today since Matt and Justin are eating. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show, No Results, Only Excuses, with myself, Courtney Dick. And next to me is Matt Bauman, Thud Slug, who's chewing his burger. And in between us, as usual, hogging the mic, is Justin Juggle-Not Swat.
Juggle-Not Swat.
Juggle-Not Swat.
Yeah. So our friend Imran, who owns Sticky Barbecue Halal Burgers.
Now best friend of the show.
Best friend, yes. He reached out to Matt and he said, we've got burgers for you. And he listed all the ingredients. It's full of gluten.
I'll tell you right now.
It's full of carbohydrates. It's full of good fats. It's full of... what else has it got there? It's full of vegetables, which is onion. Onion is a vegetable.
Yes.
And it's full of everything, all my favorite things.
Courtney's favorite things, pretty much anything.
Yeah.
I think Imran was listening to this and he felt sorry for us, so he thought,
He felt sorry for Courtney.
I'm going to send these guys some burgers because this podcast is a good thing. It's going well.
Yeah.
It's kicking off.
Yeah.
And we need to make sure that it makes its way into the next month.
Yes, because we made it to episode 10 without any burgers, so we probably make it to 50 now.
100%.
Now that we've eaten.
All my food contains sugar, salt, dairy, gluten, and protein.
Oh, I love all those.
Everything Courtney loves.
Yes. So thanks,
Justin's about to finish. Are you going to finish it now during the show?
Yeah, I'll eat it during the show if everyone doesn't mind that.
Yeah. So if you're in Cavendish, in Cape Town, in the southern suburbs of Cape Town, go to the food court, go to the corner of the food court and go to Sticky Barbecue Halal Burgers and get the biggest burger and tell them that Justin, Courtney and Matt sent you.
Yes,
and they'll give you no discount.
And
you can try.
You can try.
No Rex
90.
You tell that to the lady at the counter. Says, no. I've heard that one before. You're getting nothing.
And if you're not sure if you're at the right place, just look for the most energetic, passionate manager running around flipping burgers like he does it
you're right,
in his sleep.
Yeah.
You'll know you're at the right place. You can't miss Imran.
So thank you very much, Imran.
Oh, great.
Oh, I'm going to take a picture of this.
Oh,
Jeez Louise. Yours looks bigger than mine.
And back to the show. And in today's news, we're going to be having a bit of 20.2 wrap-up.
A bit of. No, we'll see some of the responses we got from people.
Yeah, Matt will tell us about some of the responses we got from people. We'll have some 20.2 wrap-up. We'll talk about some penalties in 20.1. And then we'll go on to the ridiculous workout that we're doing now, which is 20.3. The workout standards from hell.
I earned my burger.
He earned his burger. Yeah. So, Matt, when you finish chewing there, do you think we should put a pause on it and let you eat that burger?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Matt and I are going to be silent for the next 20 minutes and Courtney's going to take it from here.
Okay. While you guys chew, we're going to go through some 20.1 penalties. So, as is new for the CrossFit Games this year, they've decided that they're going to look at the penalties for each workout after each week. Before they did it at the end of the Open and then adjusted everyone's scores and asked for scores from the top 40. So this time they've done it after each week. And because some people have got major penalties, they've basically screwed themselves over. Some people are out of the running, like our friend Frederick Egidius. Because he got a major penalty for single foot jumps on the burpees, his Open is over. He might as well stop now.
Yeah.
So
he made a statement saying he flew too close to the sun.
Yes, he's like Icarus.
Shame.
Yeah.
He was nice about it though. He wasn't like he usually is.
Yeah, he was pretty pragmatic about it.
He's usually like a bit like a baby.
He's a bit of a baby. But this time he was very mature about it and he said, look, I'm a competitor. I try and get a good time. I try and go as fast as possible, and sometimes I
try and cheat.
Sometimes I try and cheat, and I hope no one notices. And this time they noticed. So he lost. He got a major penalty. I think the major penalty is like 2.5 minutes.
It was huge.
It's huge. So it's basically like 30% of your time, which is massive. So Sam Briggs also got a major penalty. For lack of extension on the ground to overhead and for single foot jumps.
Is that not due to her recent elbow surgery?
Ah, that's a good one. I never thought of that. So
I wonder if she thought, you know what, they're going to feel sorry for me, had elbow surgery, can't lock out. and then
I'm
they
Sam the
said-
engine.
and then they said,
Yeah.
sorry, no.
No. So lack of extension on the ground overheads, and then single foot takeoffs on the burpees, and then Cedric Laponte. I don't even know who that is, but he sounds French. But we're not worried about him. He also got a major penalty, and then like we said, our friend Freddie Agidius.
The most exciting part about Cedric is he wrote a long sad post.
What did he say?
He was angry.
He was angry.
Yeah. He said he doesn't earn anything off CrossFit, and it's very expensive for him to
Do the open.
participate in the sport.
That $20 really messed up his budget.
He's angry that like one person is sitting there judging his videos, and now
Yeah.
that person has dictated his basically future for the next year.
Oh look, it's not one person though.
It's not one person.
No, it's not.
I'm telling you now, Adrian Bosman asked a whole panel of judges,
Yes.
including Simon Cowell.
Simon Cowell.
He's angry with the panel.
I'm saying, listen, does this guy make it to the next round?
Yes.
And he said no.
They all said no. Look, as far as I know, if you have done the judges course, you can go on the website, you can sign in, and you can review videos. And you can basically give them a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Yeah.
And if enough people give a video a thumbs down, it sort of flags it to HQ. And then they say, look, okay, this video is probably a bit suspect, so let's get our team to look at it. And then they assign penalties or not assign penalties. So it's a much more fair system than they had in the past, I think. So Cedric's he's just a bit sour. Because he flew too close to the sun and he got burnt.
Listen, we've been saying for a long time, following the sanctional route is very expensive.
Yes.
So I think these athletes, yes, they come from first world countries, America, Canada, UK, but even they are realizing that one sanctional doesn't mean you're in.
Yes.
So it all of a sudden becomes 50 to 100,000 rand minimum.
Yes.
What's that work out to in dollars or pounds? A shitload.
100,000 rand is what 1.5 million zillion Zimbabwe dollars.
Yes.
That's a lot of money.
So the Zimbabweans,
They're not going to any sanctionals.
They're probably, they're not going to, even if they do qualify, they're not going to make it there.
Maybe it's fittest in Cape Town. But
Yeah.
that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah, so, sorry. And then another guy, Aaron Rabin. I don't know who that is. I don't really care. And then Dane Smith, who Matt told me is the third fittest Smith in this, the Ben and what's his name? Alex Smith.
He's like the
household.
short, stocky one.
Is it? So he's also a scallum. And then Luka Vunjak, also a scallum. And then Lazar Dukic.
He got pinged last year for 19.1.
Lazar Dukic.
Yeah, for rowing and wall balls.
So he has a history of scallums.
No, he knows it.
Yeah, so, yeah. And then there are a couple of people who, and you see this in the gym all the time. Guys, wait, when you say 3, 2, 1, go, you're supposed to stand tall before, when you say go, that's when you bend over to pick up your bar.
Yes.
You don't bend over on 3 or
So
on
you can't
2 or on 1.
you can't be standing with your hand hovering on the bar.
No.
And as soon as it says go, you touch it.
No,
No.
you stand tall.
Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that.
Stop doing that. So, a lot of people got penalties.
Your name's going to be on this list next year.
Yes, I'm putting a thumbs down.
They'll
on
never
his-
catch me.
As soon as I see his Instagram post, I'm going to put a thumbs down on it. Send it straight to Greg Glassman.
Okay, I'll finish my burger. Thank you very much. Shima.
Matthew's like that guy, when the clock gets 0, he's already sitting in the bottom of his wall ball.
Yes. Every second counts, just like Dave Castro said.
We did say thank you, Emma. I just finished my burger. Huh?
Yes.
Thank you, Emma,
We
for
said a lot of things that you apparently didn't hear.
for sponsoring us and feeding our poor Courtney, the disappearing man.
We're basically starting the podcast over now that Matthew's joined us.
Matthew, he's going to have to edit out all of his silly comments.
It's staying in because then we get a nice full hour.
Yes. So people say we talk a lot about our sponsors. Every time we have a sponsor, we talk about them for at least 15 minutes.
That's because they pay us like $500,000 every episode.
Don't tell people how much money we're getting.
Zimbabwean dollars.
Yes. So a whole lot of people got penalties for not standing up straight before the workout started, which is just stupid. But I think it's like 5 seconds.
Do you think anybody claimed having postural issues?
Probably. I got spinal. I can't stand up straight.
Is it? Did you think it's only 5 seconds?
It's 5
penalty?
seconds, yeah.
I saw Sarah do it on her. What's this recent one? 20.3.
20.3.
Yeah, in the little video of her in the back of Annie's one.
So she must get
So
a
I
penalty.
think she's going to get a little penalty for that.
Yeah.
Unless she uses a different video.
So if Bosman is listening, he must watch her videos. You think he sits and watches YouTube?
No,
Just
I
looks
think
at
he
videos?
just goes home and he doesn't look at any more CrossFit stuff.
No, he's
I
had
think
enough.
he listens to Norek's podcast.
Yeah.
Except
he
for
waits for
podcast.
us to identify which athletes he should ping,
Yeah.
and then he goes and he looks.
Yeah. Since like we said the last time, we picked Keelan Henry to do really well at the Open from the beginning. And he's still hanging on.
He's hanging on, Justin. What are you
Yeah.
going to do?
He listens to us, do you know that?
Apparently.
Yeah, Keelan from France.
Well, that's what we think.
Yeah.
He said nice podcast.
We'll get lots of nice comments, but we don't know if they actually listen to the whole thing.
Keelan replies, about 10 minutes after the podcast gets released, Keelan replies, nice podcast. So he either listens in 5 times speed, or he just likes to be a nice person.
Again, we'll leave this out there as some breadcrumbs and see. Does Keelan really truly listen?
Keelan, if you made it this far, just DM us again.
Thanks, guys.
And just say, I made it this far.
Yes, say it. And send us a photo with a banana balancing on your shoulder, so that we know that it's real.
With the latest newspaper.
Yes, today's newspaper. Yeah. It's all got to be done. You had some more news, Matt. Alex Anderson.
Oh, Alex Anderson has retired.
Who's that?
I don't know him very well, but he's a very good CrossFitter. Did we mention that this whole episode is CrossFit, and probably for the next 2 weeks we're talking about CrossFit every episode?
Yes, for the whole of the Open.
Yeah. Alex Anderson is a very good CrossFitter. I've never followed him. He's never been my favorite, so I never paid any attention to him. But he has retired.
He has a brother, right?
Is it?
I don't think it's Cody. I don't think it's Cody.
Cody Anderson?
Cody.
I think Cody Anderson just has the same surname.
Yes, which is enough for Justin.
Yeah, Justin will say that they're married.
Yeah, they're half brothers.
Yes.
Okay, so that's all I got for you. That's what I wrote down, and that's all you're getting out of me. Oh, I wrote your next to it because it's boring news.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then we had some good news from a big CrossFit man, a big wig. Yeah, in the CrossFit circles.
Oh yes, we got real feedback. Well, all your feedback is fantastic and we love it. But we got feedback from the CrossFit country manager.
Which country?
This South Africa.
South Africa manager. Okay, does each country have a manager?
Just South Africa.
That must be a lot of salaries.
I'm not sure, but
who's the Zimbabwe manager?
Maybe also Tian.
Isn't it a continental
is it
manager? Isn't it Africa?
Maybe it's Africa manager. Otherwise, maybe it's that guy that went to the games from Botswana. Is he the Botswana manager?
Katlego.
Yes. He's the Botswana manager.
So Tian reached out to me.
Yeah.
And because last week we were talking about the affiliations and the benefits of being an affiliate, and a lot of people jump straight onto the fact that being affiliated, you get a lot of the marketing from CrossFit, and that's how you get the feet in the door.
Yes.
But he says there's a lot of other stuff that's happening behind that, in the background, that CrossFit does, that people don't realize that CrossFit's doing for them. And one of his examples was go to the CrossFit HQ's tab and look at battles. And you can see the type of legal battles they're trying to fight.
Yeah.
Big soda.
That
big,
kind of stuff.
Big gluten.
Yeah. So, we was basically saying, look at the bigger picture. It's not just about the marketing. There's a lot of stuff that CrossFit is doing for the affiliates.
I know the one with the NSCA, National Strength and Conditioning Association in America.
That was one of the biggest.
The big one, yeah. Because the NSCA published all that fake data about CrossFit's injury rates. They were saying that people were getting injured doing CrossFit.
Yeah.
And it was fake data, and I think CrossFit won that battle.
Yeah, CrossFit said they're lying.
So what Tian's saying basically is he's saying that CrossFit HQ fights these battles on your behalf, so that people don't think that CrossFit is just rubbish and dangerous and crazy.
And I really like that Tian, the country manager, is listening to the podcast.
Yeah, it's good. So
and it's going to have good feedback.
He probably talks to Greg Glassman about things that we say. So we probably shouldn't
so I'm not happy that he's listening to the
We probably shouldn't say Greg is crazy anymore. So we'll edit that.
Next time we meet Savan in a bar in America, we can run it by him first and see
what he says.
If Greg will like it or not.
Yeah, and you must ask him how to teach your kids to do backflips and forward flips and stuff.
Yeah, and not crawl.
Not walk.
Not walk.
Yeah, just keep crawling for years. But I haven't been to that battles tab. But I know they're fighting against Coca-Cola, which they have no chance of winning ever, because Coca-Cola will just destroy you in legal battles because they have so much money. That's my theory.
Are they currently sitting through when did we first talk about it? They're sitting through like a big 5-year legal battle.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer and I haven't studied the case, but I just think if Coca-Cola decided they wanted to crush you, they could just hire all the lawyers in the Northern Hemisphere and they would just destroy you. They've got so much money.
It's like a fly landing on you and you just go.
They swat them.
Yeah.
Or they could, if they really wanted to make an impact, they could crush you with the number of Coke cans they globally.
Just come to you.
So now someone needs to give us insights on that part.
Drop a plane worth of Coke cans on your head.
But that's cool feedback, thank you.
So, they're taking a risk, but they're doing it to help people to not be obese, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, thank you, CrossFit.
So, I believe in that, but I just don't know if it's a wise decision financially, but we'll see.
In other words, we're saying if you are a CrossFitter and you support the notion of leading a healthy life via CrossFit, don't buy Coca-Cola.
Yeah, don't eat too much sugar.
You're incentivizing.
Says the guys who just ate a 20 centimeter tall burger.
Yeah, or definitely doesn't have Coca-Cola in it.
No.
But yeah, help CrossFit fight their legal battles. Don't buy Coke.
Don't buy Coke, yeah.
That's not an advert.
Unless Coke want to give us money.
Yes.
Then we're prepared to take an advert. We have very low standards. We've got expenses, guys. I can't pay my rates.
We've got things to pay, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the main topic, which is 20.3.
Yeah.
Is that a bullet point or is that a topic?
I think today the main
Hey, looks like you were supposed to type something.
That's it.
That's it, 20.3.
Where's 20.1 and 2?
No,
We just finished them.
Oh, okay.
That's rubbish. We don't care about those.
But the listener feedback, actually the rest of the listener feedback really fits into the topic of the day, which is the workout. And yeah.
So as usual, Justin, you're going to tell us about this ridiculous workout.
Yes,
20.3.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
9 minutes for time. 21:15 9.
Yes.
Handstand push-ups and deadlifts.
In the other order. Deadlifts first.
Deadlifts and handstand push-ups.
Yes.
Thank you, Courtney.
Justin have to redo on Monday.
He started wrong.
Yes. Imagine that. You will then transition into a heavier barbell and perform 21 deadlifts, 10 feet of handstand walk.
No. You've also done that wrong.
Jeez, Justin.
Jeez, you got to redo the whole workout.
Such a cheater.
You only do 10 feet of handstand walk.
I must check my video. 5, 10, 15,
show me
20,
your answer
25
video.
foot.
It's 50 in total.
Yeah.
25.
Why wasn't I say that?
25
You
there.
interrupted me now. I've missed my 30 seconds. Okay. 50 foot.
So guys, give a big thumbs down on Justin's video because he's done everything wrong.
I won't post that video. Yes, and the weights for men are 102 on the first bar, 143 on the second bar, females 70 kgs and 93 kgs.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah, do you think the difference between male and female weights is
This
the
is
same?
my this is
do you
my
think
complaint.
it's too much?
I complain every week about this.
Oh, yeah. We got a piece of it in the last episode.
Yes, I keep complaining because I think the female weights are too light. But then when I look at the scores are pretty much similar, so maybe it's not true. But when you watch the average females on Instagram doing the deadlifts, they're flying through the deadlifts. And the average male is not flying through the deadlifts. He's a bit slow.
Yeah.
Didn't you say to me years back that the female weightlifters, the top weightlifters, are finishing the bar with weights
Yes.
on it?
So the heaviest weight class of female weightlifters, the bar is pretty much full to the end and the collar is almost hanging off. That's how ridiculously strong these girls have become.
Wow.
So they were thinking about having heavier plates, 30 kilo plates and 50 kilo plates, just because these girls are ridiculous.
That would
They're
be
getting
great for
higher
the sport.
than...
Yeah. And female weightlifters, pound for pound, are pretty close to male weightlifters. I can't remember now, but it's off the top of my head, it's probably like 80 to 90% of the weight that the men are lifting, the females of the same weight class are lifting. These girls are strong.
They're basically
Strong
redefining the
ladies.
sport,
Yes.
which is cool.
But
That is cool,
for
yeah.
CrossFit, the percentage I think is about 70% of when you plan a workout. The female weight's about 70% of the male weight, something like that.
Well, I was going to say, I was in a conversation this week, someone mentioned that the females over the past 2 weeks have taken top honors in terms of fastest time globally,
Yes.
which is interesting. I mean, you have, what's 102 to 43? That's 143, that's 41 kg jump.
102 too?
102 to 143,
Oh yeah,
it's
40
a 41 kilo jump.
Yes.
And then from 70 to 93 is only a 23 kilo jump.
kilos, yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, yeah, we're accounting for what? A lack of testosterone.
I don't know. I think this is
Like,
one of those...
what is the factor? Are we saying we definitely not saying we feel sorry for the girls?
No.
We're not saying that because the
Look.
girls are fucking strong.
I don't know if this is based on any scientific research or if this is just something that Greg Glassman
Started
decided.
with.
Yeah, he was just like, 60%. That sounds right to me, and now we're just stuck with it.
Well, back in the day, Fran was what 43-29.
Yes.
So that it must have started with like a couple of classical benchmarks.
Yes.
And you look at the differential across 10 workouts and say, it turns out it's 50 to 60%.
Yes. So this is my thought now that I've just had. Do you think Greg back in the day say Fran, he did 43 and then he got his calculator out and he went on the internet and he read 10 articles and he decided, okay, the girls should be 29 because of these 10 articles I read. Or did he just go to the corner of the room and he found a 10-pound plate and he's like, okay, yeah, you use that one, lady in my gym, and man, you use that 45-pound or
I think
25-pound plate. I think that's what he did.
Must have been
Nicole.
I don't think it was
Nicole Carroll.
I don't think it was as scientific as what you would hope it would be.
And I was stuck with it.
And now we're stuck with it. But
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, if you were to chat to Dave Castro over a beer,
Yes.
he would tell you that he thinks very carefully about the rep ranges and the weight changes. I mean, he's been posting past couple of weeks some insight into what he was thinking when he was programming the workouts.
Yes.
Confirming whether it had the impact he hoped it would have, the effect it would have. He tested it with certain games athletes, why certain rep ranges were best or less ideal.
And certain weights. Yeah.
And I guess that just brings me back to the fact that while we can debate all we want between male and female, there was reason behind it, but does it really matter?
Yeah, no, it doesn't really matter. We've got it now. We don't have a choice because we just follow everything that Dave Castro says. So we're stuck with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the actual big problem with this workout is the ridiculous handstand push-up measurement standard fiasco.
Yeah.
Let's do a fun little trick, Just.
Mm-hmm.
Do
you want to measure my form?
Yes, that's exactly what I want to do. So you are the shortest of the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
How tall are you?
175.
175. How long was your forearm measurement today, roughly?
I think it was 39.5.
39.5. Matt, you are the tallest of us.
Yes.
You are 185. So
I'm actually not 185.
What do you know?
I've shrank.
You shrunk.
Did Terrence sit on you?
When you said 185 the last week, I was like, yes, you're right. And
Yeah.
then, where was I? I took my kid to the doctors and I started
You started measuring yourself.
I saw the thing on the wall, so I went
Yeah.
to try it. I think I'm 183. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because you went on that 5-3-1 squat cycle.
Yes,
Sure.
it really is.
The
Compress
space
your
between
spine.
your
Compressed
vertebrae.
everything, compressed the meniscus out my knee. And, yeah. So
I'm telling you
Okay.
now,
I'm a little bit shorter.
if Chris Survivor is listening to this now, he said, Matthew, you shouldn't have been on a squat cycle.
So listen to this.
For pretty much 8 months or so.
Jeez Louise.
So Justin is 176.
175.
175. Matt is 183. So that's 8 centimeters taller. Matt is 8
Mhm.
centimeters taller, and your forearms are the same.
Oh, we're the same.
And my forearm, I'm in the middle. I'm 182. My forearm is the longest. So I'm the middle height, and I've got the longest forearm. Justin is the shortest, and he's got the same forearm as Matt, who's 8 centimeters taller than him.
Visually, I would argue Matthew's forearms are much longer than mine.
Yeah.
But in reality, it appears not.
Yeah. So Matt's he's taller, but he has short forearms. Whereas someone like our friend Andy, who's not the tallest guy in the world, I'm not sure how tall he is, probably the same height as you.
Andy's about a meter.
But he's got incredibly long arms. Like his arms almost touch his knees.
Andrew could be mistaken for an orangutan.
For orangutan, I was just going to say orangutan.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you explain how the measurement thing works? What you have to go do?
Okay, let me explain for the people.
Yeah.
So you stand against the wall, with your feet against, with your back to the wall, basically. With your feet against the wall, and you stand up straight, and someone takes a pencil and they draw on the wall at the top of your head. Then you keep standing against the wall, and you put your elbow against the wall, and your forearm 90 degrees to the wall, facing outwards. And you make a fist, and someone measures from the wall to your knuckle, your longest knuckle, which is the middle one usually, unless you've got serious
Zap
problems.
sign one.
Yes, the zap sign one. So they measure to your longest knuckle, and then they take that number and they divide it by 2, and they add it to the top of your head measurement, and that's how high your mark is. And for every handstand push-up, your foot has to be above that mark.
Your heel, more
Your-
specifically.
heel.
Your heel, yes, your heel. You're right. So why it's ridiculous is because the three of us, all with completely different heights, and with completely different forearm lengths, it's advantageous to someone, but it's disadvantageous to someone else.
Yes.
And it's not to do with capacity, it's just to do with having different anatomy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
there definitely is an anatomical element to it.
Yeah.
It did appear that some athletes were enjoying the standard more than others.
Yes.
I think people are so angry.
Yeah.
Arm and Hammer said like CrossFit should be embarrassed.
Yes.
Really?
For putting it out.
I,
He basically rambled on like that. what did I say? Someone. Oh, and then we got Hepner, who pulled out of 2018,
Yeah.
because of the standard,
Yes.
and now it's come back. I don't know what he's going to do. He's been silent online.
Yeah, so if you guys remember in 2018...
I'd actually love to see what Hepner has to say and how he handles the situation, because from a coaching perspective, aside from people's feelings, I felt that athletes were held to a more virtuous movement standard.
By this standard?
By this standard in 20.3.
So you like it?
I like it from a coaching perspective, because I felt like athletes that have weak midlines, went upside down, hinging at the hip, breaking at the rib cage, were being penalized.
Yeah.
I feel like athletes that perhaps didn't respect the old standard of the block on the floor.
Yes.
Remember the handstand push-up block?
Yes.
I've seen many athletes, and I've coached many athletes. I say, hey, hands inside the block, get your hands narrower, hands flare out, go too wide. I want to shorten the range of motion, and I want to feel like fucking Josh Bridges on a random Wednesday.
Yeah.
They were being penalized by the standard. So weak midline, less than ideal hand placement, and if you were to follow the CrossFit gymnastics course, you would see that they recommend having a more sort of upright handstand push-up. So the guys that are used to setting up far away from the wall with a big lean of the tailbone and a massive arc to hit the wall were also struggling.
Yeah, like
So-
Brooke and Katrin.
Yeah, so again, it's shit, but I think it's shit because it just makes you realize you've been getting away with a sexy movement with a less than ideal form for too long.
Yeah.
And then you take someone like Jacob Hepner, sorry, just to finish my point, who we deem to be a high-level athlete. I don't know what his handstand push-up technique's like. He might just be one of those guys that get fucked by his anatomy.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
now, does he come back?
Maybe his
and-
form shit.
Imagine he comes back and he kills it now, and he gets really good score.
I would love for him to stand up and say,
But
hey,
then-
my form 2018 was bad. I approached it wrong, and I fixed
Yeah,
it.
that's the thing.
I hope
Did
he says
fix
that.
it? Yeah.
I hope
So
he says that.
if he just comes back and he's he kills it now, he's killed it for himself, because
Yes.
before he says it's impossible.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
That's
So
what he
now,
said.
yeah. So now he's got to come back and either not do it. I see he's been silent for 2
He
days,
said
and
nothing.
he usually posts like every
Yeah.
3
Yes,
times a day or something.
He's been trying he's probably done the workout 6 times now.
So we'll see. This comes out on Tuesday. Maybe by then he would have done a big statement, because everyone wants to know.
So
Because
there's two options.
the controversy back then was that Wells made it through.
Yes.
Brooke Wells made it through, even though her video is really shit, and there was tons of no reps, and they still made it through because of capacity.
Yes.
And then Hepner, who just gave it like honest, he said, I can't do it, it's really bad, and then HQ said nothing to him.
Yes. He pulled himself out, basically. He said, I can't do it. It's impossible for my anatomy to do it. But now we're back a year and a half later, and he's got the same anatomy. So he's either got to say, guys, I was wrong in 2018, or he's got to pull out again.
And the best thing is, what was the standard for the handstand push-ups in 2019's
The Open, the beginning
Open,
one.
yeah.
We had a box,
just...
and we had foot lines.
Yeah.
And you had to have your feet between the lines and your hands inside the box.
And that
So
was
basically what they were saying
it.
there
Now
was,
it's changed.
as long as you appear to be reaching full extension, we're happy. And now we're going back and we're saying you need to reach full extension relative to your body
Your body and your...
Yeah. Look, reaching full extension is good. That's the goal. But it's just with how we've worked out where this line is, based on forearm length, it just doesn't sound right. Maybe there would have been another mathematical way to work out where the line should be.
So what did we notice was happening? Or at least I'm going to speak from my perspective. I was head judging a couple of heats, walking up and down the line, and athletes would kick to handstand. They would not make it over the line, so they were being encouraged to flex their foot, pull their toe down toward their chest. Right, that was number one.
Yeah.
All right, which puts you in a better driving position through your heel.
Yes.
For starters. So already there you're being forced into better technique by the standard. Number two, athletes that weren't making their heel over the line were very much bowing out through the midline. So the best thing you could do is tell them to restart the repetition, tuck the ribs down, stay stacked, and drive up.
Yeah.
That was very apparent. The other thing that people were trying to do was get closer to the wall for a more vertical drive. And don't we coach that in Olympic weightlifting all the time?
Yes.
Stay on your heels, stay vertical, don't hinge, don't break at the midline.
Yeah.
The rules should stay the same for gymnastics when you're upside down.
Yeah.
So
once again, you've managed to find the positive
Yes,
in
as
something
always.
where everybody else in the world sees the negative.
Well, the thing is, I'm watching everyone
Beautiful.
struggling, and I'm thinking to myself, a year from now, if all my athletes sat down in front of me and said, Coach, how are you going to make me better?
Yeah.
I would say, well, what did the standard teach you? It taught you 3 things: hand positioning, distance from the wall, and that your midline is weak, and that your standard for yourself is not good enough.
Yes. So that's good. I
We
actually like
fix
that.
it.
I'm happy with that. I think Justin's thought of some points that I hadn't thought about.
Maybe Dave Castro's trying to just say, fuck you guys, you need to get better at CrossFit. I don't know.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I enjoyed it. I think I got 1 no rep, but it's just because I fell off the wall. Not because I didn't extend properly. I was just so tired that I fell off the wall. But other than that, I think I thought so hard about getting up to the wall, waiting for the call of, yes, you're above the line, and then going down. And then I tried to drive as hard as I can, as close to the wall as I can.
Did you feel yourself extending more through your shoulders?
Yes, through my shoulders, definitely.
Okay, so if you think of when you're fully active in an overhead squat, you're pressing up into the bar,
Yeah.
fully active shoulder,
Yeah.
right? Maybe, not you, but maybe too many people have been cutting the last 5% short
Yes.
in that extension.
In the
because
effort for speed.
they're going so fast,
Yeah.
you know? And you can still be fast with full
Yeah.
extension,
Yeah.
but true shoulder extension is pretty immense if you think
Yes.
about it, you know?
Maybe
It's
we
like
should
punching
do,
a dumbbell out in front of you at 45 degrees.
Yeah.
Yes, your arm's locked out, but your shoulder's not extended. You know what I mean?
Maybe we should do pause handstand push-ups.
That's
With
what
class.
I ended up. I was handstand and just like standing there until Andy said go. Well, until my judge said yeah, good,
What?
Yeah.
up, good.
So this was something that came up on the gymnastics course. The Coach Birdie, he said he'd love to one day to see a standard where there's like a target, where you have to kick, extend, and hit the target
Yeah.
with your feet.
Yeah.
And by target, I mean like the walls cut away. Now, this wouldn't work in a box necessarily.
Yeah.
Maybe in the far future. But imagine you had that at the games where your bottom tripod position was unassisted
Yeah.
by the wall or anything.
Yeah.
And you would almost freestand kick to handstand.
Yeah.
And your feet would have to hit like a
cowbell.
a plank at the top.
Or cowbell.
Cowbell.
Yeah.
Tingling, rep 1.
Triangle.
Yeah, just like a little, like a foot pad. Can you
A buzzer.
Can you visualize
Buzzer,
it?
yes.
A buzzer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Ninja
Like
Warrior.
a touchpad in swimming.
Yeah, it's like Ninja Warrior.
Every time you hit, you get a rep, the little red number 1
Yeah.
on the side. 1, 2, 3, till you get to 10.
Oh, that's interesting. You can think about that.
That's cool.
We have that when we have our own competition.
I mean, if you don't hit foot extension there, you don't hit the touchpad, no rep.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the buzzer at the Asian Games thing.
Yes.
Sanctional.
You had to
Mm.
run and touch the
Yeah.
buzzer. I'm not
Oh,
sure
you
that
did?
thing was connected to anything.
you
It was just
know
a-
that they're there.
It was just a fake buzzer.
But then again, people would argue, how do you know, like what's fair?
yeah.
'Cause your target's going to be different to mine.
Exactly. Yeah. But let's talk about our scores. Let's go from lowest to highest. Which one of you? Is
Oh,
lowest?
Justin's lowest.
Justin. Okay.
Well,
tell us
by
your
lowest, you mean fastest.
score. yes.
Yes, yes.
He took the least amount of time. What was your first effort time?
8:21.
8:21 out of 9 minutes, and you didn't finish in 2018.
No, I was 1 second short.
1 second short.
1
was it?
second short.
One rep short.
I was not. So yeah, I got one rep added as 1 second to my.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you're on the
Yeah.
last part of the handstand walks.
Yeah,
The little
I
blocky.
literally had to put my hand over the line. I ran out of time.
Ah.
Oh, nice.
I was so bleak.
So
Good effort, but
Yeah.
just not enough.
So you've got fitter.
Definitely gotten fitter.
Yeah.
Your
Your forearms have stayed the same.
I would say to some degree, like maybe a little bit stronger as well. But the one thing I said to Coach Chris afterwards was, I'm happy with my performance, but man, how strong are the guys at the very top that are repping 143
Yes.
Yeah.
for reps, and not just for the first set of 21, but like ongoing.
Ongoing and then fucking hitting sub 7.
It's immense. Yeah, it's immense. And listen,
Yeah.
like in CrossFit, you've got different types of strength. You've got your squat strength, you've got your Olympic strength, you've got your powerlifting strength, different types, different lifts. But man, like maybe I got to work on my deadlift relative to my squat, but fucking hell, that was that bar was heavy.
Some guys have it, some guys don't.
I picked that bar for the first rep, and the first thought that went through my mind is, I think I'm weaker than in 2018. When I picked the second bar up, I was like, okay, I don't know if maybe I'm not weaker, maybe I'm just going faster, and metabolically this workout's a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And then like after the third rep, I'm like, I'm still doing singles. Perhaps I need to just focus on my form now, and I might come away with a faster time. You know, it was definitely more metabolic, which is why it felt harder for me.
So for your redo, what are you going to change?
For the redo, I'm going to try get no reps. I definitely lost some time on a few no reps.
Push-up, no reps.
I must check my video. Like some people that watched me commented and said that they thought that no reps were reps.
Who's the judge? It wasn't me this time, eh?
It wasn't you, Courts.
Okay, good.
It wasn't you. I'm blaming someone else now.
Good. Name and shame them.
DM them.
I'm putting them on a list. I'm going to publish it so they don't get to judge anyone else.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just part of the game. I think to walk out of that workout unscathed with no reps would be quite impressive.
Yeah. Deadlift breaks. Happy with those?
Yeah, on the first Diane, I was stoked with that. I'm thinking that maybe I might approach it by going a little bit slower on the first Diane, so that I'm a little fresher for the heavier bar.
What did you do? 7.5,
I did
3.
in the beginning. I did 7.77. I'm broken. 5.5. Sorry, 8.7. I'm broken. 5.4. I'm broken.
Okay.
And then when I got to the heavy bar, I thought, right, I'm gonna do threes. And metabolically, I couldn't do threes, so I did like 3-2. And I was like, right, this is gonna be singles the whole way through.
Fast singles drop.
Yeah,
up,
fast
drop
singles drop. And like a lot of people argue that that's really hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a hard one because like that you feel that like that first one feels really shit, and they argue that okay, if you go down, you kind of like tap it, it feels better.
Yes,
that's really shit to do that too.
Yes, the stretch reflex that you get from the touch and go is notably easier.
Yeah.
However, for me as an athlete, I feel like I've spent a lot more time in my career building that starting strength on the ground for an Olympic clean.
Yeah.
You know, or a snatch. So again, I'm gonna bring it back. Like maybe I just got to do some more deadlift work.
More work on that touch and go.
Yeah. So with that, I'd like to go in a bit fresher, and then maybe either shift the singles faster, or I'd like to do a couple of bigger sets for longer, before breaking down to singles.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it's impossible to go sub 8, and I think if I could, that would be a fantastic time for the South African leaderboard.
Yes, I think so. We'll see what Keelan does.
Yeah.
Keelan is a big, strong man, it looks like, from his Instagram. And we'll see if he can do handstand push-ups.
He's tied with Jason right now, huh?
Yes.
So it's
Keelan,
Jason's going to do well, huh?
He didn't do too badly in 2018. I think he got like an 8.23.
You beat Keelan by 8 reps in 2018. I think 8.
So you'll probably beat him this year as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not impossible. You can go faster.
Yeah, I'm amped to give it another crack.
Yeah, Monday is the day.
Just a couple of heavy deads. That's all it really feels like for me.
Just
the rest is pretty much
deads and
just
burn and it's over.
Matt, you weren't expecting to beat your 2018 time.
Definitely not. No.
Matt's looking a little bit more ripped. Just for our viewers out there, I commented on his fantastic physique.
He's been following that program we spoke about a few weeks ago.
Which one was that?
David Cross's advice.
Oh, is it?
He's been following that.
It's quite it's a pretty easy one. You just don't eat sugars and shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So and you on Cape Town Nutrition Coach's plan?
Yes, my wife's doing it, and I've kind of hopped on to the meals and so on. I don't follow it as strictly as Taryn is, but yeah.
So he's not paying, but he's just following the program.
Yeah, that's how I do with everything.
So he's looking better. That's my point. He's looking great.
He's not performing,
but he's not performing. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a head case.
Yeah, it's a bit of a head case. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm lazy and I'm tired, and I didn't improve. I did, 18 reps on the 143 kilo.
You can see that. Obviously, I've judged you for a number of years now, and back in the day when you were trying to compete, you'd go into a workout and you'd look like you were prepared to go into a painful place.
Yeah.
Maybe not as painful as Justin's prepared to go to, but somewhere in there. But now you're not too worried.
No, not really.
Yeah. So I think it's because you got your priorities straight. You're a dad now.
Yes.
And it's more about looking and feeling good than it is about
worrying
about the one
When
rep.
I take my boy to the beach, I want to look good for
all those
the other
those other mummies. Yes.
All those divorcees. See dad with his boy.
That's right.
Buy me a coffee.
So Knox is just a magnet.
He's the chick magnet.
He's getting a puppy.
And then
also.
once they come over, then this body does the rest.
And they ask you, do you deadlift? Do you work out? They're like, yeah, I did 20.3 just last week.
I dabble in a little bit of,
Yeah, they don't care about your 20.3.
So do CrossFit and they're like, what the fuck is that?
And you start sweating when they look at your knee.
Yeah, they see it's a little skinny little leg.
His hair has grown back though. The hair in his knees grown back where they shaved him.
You can still see the scars.
It's looking like a man again. So what did you get? 18 reps?
18 reps and a 143.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. I did the previous year I did 10 reps in the second round in the 15. So I never finished the workout. This is definitely not my kind of workout.
No.
Deadlifts. Oh fuck no.
Yeah.
Deadlifts at
Regionals.
what's the word? Oh jeez, deadlifts. Any deadlifts. Regional deadlifts were
The
the
worst
worst
nightmare.
ever. Yeah.
Deadlifts and burpees.
Yeah, deadlifts and burpees.
If you ever want to see Matthew drool, go watch some footage from regionals.
the first one,
Was
the
that
second
was the
regionals.
worm workout?
No, it was deadlifts. Like 21:59 deadlifts,
didn't
partner
you-
deadlifts and burpees. Over the thing.
Yeah.
It was the second year. I was fucking deadlifts, assault bike, and then deadlifts.
Oh, that's terrible.
Assault bike like
That's
90
the worst.
calories as hard as you can.
Oh, that's terrible.
And then, like, with the remaining time, also just like 999 or something deadlifts with a partner. And if your partner's like really small and fast,
Yes.
fuck, it sucks.
I had to do 45.
You were with Tush.
Yeah.
With Tush King.
Deadlifts and burpees. Man, my ass has never burned that before. Yeah, there's a photo on Facebook that comes up every so
Yes,
often.
that always
you're
see that
running.
picture. Yeah,
You're
Yes,
running, yeah.
my ass was burning.
Oh, that was a crap workout.
Oh,
But yeah, enough about me. Courtney.
Okay, so I had my burger right before the workout, and it caused me to PB hugely. It's not any of the training I've been doing in the last 2 years.
I mean, that's what happens when you put food in your system.
Yes.
It's like petrol in a car.
Yes.
You move forward.
My body was so happy. So the last time I did this workout, I did 20 handstand push-ups out of 21, which is not finishing the first round. So I got 41 reps, and today I got 62 reps. So I improved by 21 reps.
Nice. So
Yeah.
CrossFit works.
No,
CrossFit works. Food
Sticky
works.
barbecue chicken
Yeah.
works. CrossFit didn't do anything for me.
Are you sure Imran put tomato sauce in your burger and not sugar?
Yes, maybe some Testo X.
Carb-free tomatoes. So I've been eating that for like 3 weeks.
Oh man, what really helped in today's workout was going smaller sets than I wanted to. So I'm pretty sure I've got better at handstand push-ups in the last year and a half, since 2018.4. But I'm pretty sure I did bigger sets the last time. And I've learned now that when I break down, it just goes horrible, and you can't maintain your midline, and you just start flopping around. So I remember getting a whole lot of no reps the last time because I just kept falling off the wall. And this time I only fell off the wall once at the end when I was kind of like sprinting for the line.
Did you chalk up today?
Chalk up? No.
So there was no...
No chalk
there was
once.
No.
There's no incident of anyone bullying you, pushing you over.
No one pushed me off the chalk because Dave wasn't here today.
Oh yes, you planned to come in after everyone else had left.
Yes,
for
it
that
was-
very reason.
It's so traumatic. So I found one of our friends, Matt Schiff, and he was my judge.
Friend of the show.
He's a very friendly man. He doesn't push people over.
Apparently he has a podcast.
He has a podcast, yeah. What's it called again?
What's it called?
Income.
I don't know.
Income tax.
Income tax podcast.
Yeah.
Outcome.
He does your
Tax.
tax for you
Yes.
every quarter.
Income tax podcast. If you guys want to get money back from the tax man, you
will-
should follow that.
Yes, he will tell you how it's done.
No.
He's sitting here staring at us right now.
He's like, you guys are trashing my podcast.
No, it's actually
It's called Outcome.
Outcome Full Stop
Outcome.
podcast.
And he's sitting in the room with us.
Yeah, he's not allowed to talk though.
No.
Because we've tied him up. He can't talk, even if he wanted
Do
to.
you know when I was in primary school, they brought in a new curriculum called outcome-based education,
Oh, really?
and when Schiff released his podcast, that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, I hated that. But I'm sure that's not what it's about. But that's what I thought about. I was not reminiscing. I was actually fearful that it was coming back to haunt me.
Yeah.
That's when it was like, did your son achieve everything that was desired in this
Outcomes.
comprehension? 5, excellent. 4, good. 3, poor. 2, average. 1, useless.
Useless.
And that was for paragraph 1. Paragraph 2, 5, excellent. 4, good. 3,
Useless.
you get like when you get a 3, you're like, fuck, that means nothing. That's just like the teacher feeling sorry for you.
It's just tired of you.
Anyway,
that's when I just want to get rid of you, put you through to the next grade. Don't have to see you again.
Get rid of that
Just
devil.
give him a 3. Yeah. So our friend, podcaster Matt Schiff, he was my judge, and he's very friendly. He was encouraging me all the time, not like Dave Swart, who just told me how useless I am.
no, Matt's a positive chap.
Yeah.
So now we know, after testing, what kind of judge you need.
A positive influence.
The positive. So you need Justin and Matt Schiff to...
Yes.
Yeah.
to
To judge simultaneously, one for the deadlift, one for the handstand.
no angry pessimists.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got 61. I'm happy with that. Probably came last in the gym.
What are your thoughts on scaling? Like, if I said to you, Courts, you know what, I want you to do the bear crawls and the hand release push-ups.
I think that if I had to keep the deadlifts the same, I'd like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the deadlift weight was manageable in small sets.
Yes.
And I really focused on having good technique in the deadlifts.
Sure.
I think the main thing for this workout, guys, is not to mess up your back. Like, you can easily go hard. You can do a set of 10 at 102. It's not impossible. But you'll probably be all-rounded, and tomorrow you'll wake up and you'll think, oh man, that was a terrible idea.
The best one I heard this week is, if you look like a dog taking a crap,
Yes.
put the bar down.
Put it down. Yes. So that can easily happen. So I did really small sets. But for fitness, I wouldn't mind scaling it to hand release push-ups and to hand release push-ups and to bear crawls. It'll be fun.
I mean, for the listeners out there, scaling is not failing.
No.
Courtney does modify workouts from Monday to Saturday quite often.
Yes. The other day I was deadlifting 111, and Justin came to me and he said, "This is not looking good." And it was halfway through the workout, and I had to stop right there. So Justin said, "Okay, look, we're not going to take the plates off now. It's going to take too long. So we're just going to cut the range of motion. Just go down to your knees and back up, down to your knees and back up, and I could keep a flat back." And you know, if I had to carry on doing those 111s with that horrible technique, I would have showed up today and I would have been buggered.
You wouldn't have showed up
My
today.
spine would have fallen out of my back today. So it was actually good.
Yeah, listen, research has shown that athletes that do limited range of motion deadlifts produce as much strength and power as guys that do full range of motion. So
And
it's
are just as jacked.
yeah, it's a fallacy that oh well, if the range of motion is cut, then it's going to be ineffective. You can actually build some pretty decent strength with limited range of motion if it means keeping your back neutral and safe.
Yeah.
And you can always build range of motion over time.
Yeah. That's all we've got on this terrible workout.
Well, yeah. That what you guys are talking about is a good segue into the listener feedback.
Yes.
Okay.
From who?
Well, the first one is anonymous.
Anonymous. Oh.
Anon?
How do you be anonymous if you send a DM on Instagram?
You're anonymous to everyone out there except for me.
I thought they made a fake name.
Yes, it's... So this person, which is going to say... it's basically saying, okay, so I said, what's up? What do you want to talk about or something? So they said, to not piss off 80% of the CrossFit community, maybe it is time for the Open to only be for regular Joes and Jades and have sanctionals have their own qualifications. This way, Castro can plan workouts and not consider the elite athletes in his workouts.
I see. So
It's basically what she's saying. So one of my responses, I said, like, look, HQ's in reply and say, well, we made a scaled version.
Yes.
For everyone.
So what this anonymous person is saying,
Mic drop.
should yeah, mic drop. So anonymous is saying, the qualifier, the only way you can stop people from signing up is to say, this Open will not qualify you for anything, and then no elite people will do it because it's just a waste of their time. Is that what anonymous is saying? And we just leave the Open for average guys, General Joe.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I kind of listened to what you said. I was busy reading what he said.
Yeah.
So he wrote a longer thing. It's a mail. He gave it away.
Damn it.
Open participation is going down because each year people have to pay cash for a 5-week competition with 5 unknown workouts. Consider if you're an average CrossFitter and you knew what all 5 workouts were and you found out you can't do 2 out of the 5 workouts, would you still pay money or just do them for fun?
Well, have we had that issue?
For the second year in a row now, there are workouts that cancel out 75% of the community. If you are an average athlete, why would I sign up to gain next year if there is going to be another 143 kg deadlift?
Can we get this guy some cheese and wine?
Keep the WODs AMRAP all round for time at a normal weight. Fast guys can go fast, normal peeps can finish or at least do most of the workout.
Yeah. Look, I think there's this debate every year when we get a workout and the workout starts with ring muscle ups. and then someone thinks like, look, I can't do a ring muscle up. I'm just an average person. And then, like, to be fair, an average person has no use for ring muscle ups. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to break into a nuclear facility. You don't need
if
to
I hit
do ring muscle
my tennis ball over the wall, I muscle up over the vibacrete.
When rings?
Yeah. Well, the ring muscle up prepares me for that time. Garden cricket, it happened to me as a youngster daily.
Yeah, okay. So besides getting a tennis ball back, there's no need for ring muscle ups. But I think the argument is that a couple of years ago they introduced a scaled option to the Open.
Yeah, this was their answer, but also, yeah, I mean, I suppose it annoys some people because I don't want to do bear crawls.
Yes.
I also want to try.
Yeah.
So take away the
handstand push-up, handstand walk, and take away the bear crawls and do something in the middle.
Well, not you, but said person has an ego.
You watch out, it might have been your wife that wrote this.
Could have been. I'll really get slapped when I get home. But listen, what I want to say is if CrossFit didn't have these stringent movement standards and challenging workouts, we wouldn't be moving forward as a human race when it comes to physical health and physical intelligence, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
We'd be like, we need to make everyone feel good about themselves. We're going to do burpees. Week 1, week 2, we're going to do sit-ups. Week 3, we're going to do air squats. And week 4, we're going to do a little bit of a row on the rowing machine.
Yeah.
You know? Like, everyone's going to lose interest in that because it's not sexy, it's not fun, it's not challenging. And, you know what? Courtney didn't PB, and Matthew didn't get his first ring muscle up. And Matt Schiff absolutely didn't feel challenged. So he's going to go and sign up at F45 next week.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think there's method to the madness, and usually the ones complaining are the ones that can't do the movements. And if they complain and quit, rather than go and feel motivated to get it done, then maybe CrossFit's not for them.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, how fucking incredible is it when 5 people in GoRx, they can't do a ring muscle up and they get their first ring muscle up?
Yes.
That's awesome. That's why we do CrossFit. One of the reasons it's to propel yourself towards greater heights.
Yes.
To unlock potential.
Yes.
It's
like you say, there's 2 sides to it. If it was just row 100 meters and do 25 sit-ups, 5 rounds for time, like anybody can do that, but you might think to yourself, I'm not going to sign up for that because that's what I do in class every day anyway. So why would I pay $20 to do that? I want to pay $20 to be challenged to maybe get a muscle up. Or maybe I've got to do handstand push-ups now and deadlift 102. Maybe I want to make it to the 143, but that's okay.
Think about this. When you buy yourself a car, you appreciate it more. You don't want to drive the car into another car. You don't want to let it get dirty.
Yeah.
You look after it. You respect it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing like with the Open. If you pay to enter, you take it more seriously because it's your hard-earned money that you've put down on the line. Like, if you didn't pay for it, I promise you, I've been running these Open workouts for years now. Like, the athletes that pay are the ones that show up. The athletes that don't pay, they wake up one morning, they're like, fuck the Open, I didn't have to do it. Like, I didn't pay, I'm not even doing it seriously.
Yeah.
And they fall off the bandwagon. So I think, like, the money, while yes, it could be argued that the price could be region specific based on the currencies, like the rand and the Zimbabwean dollar. I think that it's an element of accountability.
Yeah, but look, I will say this, from my experience being the most average CrossFitter in the room, like, I was never good athletically, and I never will be a superstar athletically. This is probably my 5th Open, I think.
Yeah.
And I think I scaled workouts for the first 3 of them. And it's very easy to feel like, oh man, I can't do this. Like, if this workout with handstand push-ups came up 3 years ago, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do a single handstand push-up. So it's very easy to feel demotivated. So to this person that thinks like the workouts are a bit too much, I would say, look, just keep going. It's probably your 1st, 2nd, 3rd year of CrossFit, or maybe you're a bit older and you think that the movements are beyond you. That's okay. Just keep going. Just keep pushing yourself. And you'll improve slowly over time, and you'll be able to do greater things. And even if you don't improve, even if you don't ever deadlift 143, you might end up being 70 years old and still being able to deadlift 102, which will be something incredible at that time. So it's not all about being elite and doing the elite things, and that I can say that as a 100% average CrossFitter, but it can be demotivating. I know how they feel basically. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't know. It's a tricky one.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one. I don't know what to do. Maybe if HQ had a more accessible open, we'd get more sign-ups. Maybe we'd get less. I don't know. No.
Trying to make money or...
What are your thoughts, Matthew?
Oh, I don't know.
He's
I'm
impartial.
I'm very much a fence sitter today.
Yeah, he's the impartial observer.
I'm just reading the feedback to you guys.
Tell us some more. That was good feedback. I enjoyed that.
There we go. Update from last week. JP is actually, today will be on his 670th day of unbroken ROM1.
Jeepers.
Okay, he still cannot do the splits.
No, he must be close though.
But that is an update from JP. That is a fact, not a partial fact.
670 days.
Yep.
There must be some kind of world record. If he gets to 1,000, he needs a certificate.
Oh,
that's
true.
incredible.
We can make a...
He needs Sol Siggy to give him a video call.
Oh,
yes.
with us three on the call too.
Yes. We're recording that call.
And then another 3 people. Natasha says, hopefully you look into the handstand push-up fiasco.
No.
Why would Dave redo this? Done that?
Okay, here's my question. No, let's do that. Why would Dave redo this? We did it in 2018. We all said, this is ridiculous. Everyone except Justin said, this is ridiculous. This standard is shocking. And Justin said it's fine. But besides Justin, everyone said it's ridiculous. And then Dave said, he either said, guys, screw all of you. I think I'm right and I've got a massive ego. So I'm going to redo it exactly the same again. Or he just likes controversy and he thinks controversy drives sign-ups.
Or he gave everyone a little taster with doing it again, giving the normal box one back.
Yes.
In this year, 2019. And then he gave us all a taster, and then now he's gone back to making this fiasco.
I think he has a massive ego. I think he just thinks...
You think he's like a little... He likes to see all the messages and gets a little high out of it.
Yes, I think so, honestly. I think he just thinks I'm right. Everything I do is right, and I didn't make a mistake, even though everyone in the whole world says I made a mistake. So I'm just going to do it again. Because there's so many workouts he could have repeated, and he chose to do this one.
You never know. You can only know off like his Instagram profile. By the looks of things, he's getting big smiles out of it, and then he goes off and he shoots some boars, and then he eats them, and he goes and looks at his guns.
Yes, I saw
That's what it looks like.
Polishes his Glocks.
Yeah, and then he washes his dog.
He has a new Instagram, the Dave Castro TDC Hunts, and he puts all his hunting pictures and stuff there.
Okay.
And there's a big picture of him with a wild boar, I think you call it. It's basically like a wild pig. And it's like hanging off one of the rigs they use the CrossFit run.
Pull-ups.
It's quite funny. So yeah, that's Dave.
Then another one, also handstand push-up from Lindsay.
Lindsay Drew?
Lindsay Drew, yeah.
Thanks for that post on your Instagram, Lindsay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Glad to see we got some followers in PE.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
See, it was all about talking broader.
Yes, we talk about PE. We love PE. Have you been to PE, Just?
No.
No, have you been to PE, Matt?
No.
I've been to PE once.
Hey.
It's nice.
Lindsay can...
What were you doing there?
I used to work in the Eastern Cape, and then we went to East London, and then we went bungee jumping at the Blood Crowns, and then we drove to PE, and we drove somewhere else. I can't remember.
How did you handle that bungee jump?
It was so scary. The worst part of the bungee jump is walking on the bridge. You walk from the side onto the bungee jump on this little bridge, which is made out of like wire mesh, basically, like chicken wire, and you just look down and you think, I'm going to die. And then I'll show you the video one day.
You jump off.
But all of our friends and colleagues from work, because they sent us all to the Eastern Cape to work, so we're there with all our colleagues and stuff, and everybody, you stand with your arms out, and the guy says 3, 2, 1 bungee, and everybody jumps. It's like you dive forward.
Together?
No, one at a time. This is not
the whole bridge.
It's not Guinness World Records.
That sounds dangerous.
Sounds dangerous. So everybody dives, but me, I just gave up. I gave up on life, basically. So the guy just said 3, 2, 1 bungee, and I just fell. And I just think this is the end of my life. It's over. And I just fell, and it's horrible. It's horrible. All the blood goes to your head when you get to the top. Your eyes are red. Your whole head is hot, and it's a horrible experience.
I once did a bridge swing, and they said 3, 2, 1, go. And go. And then they looked at me and they're like, okay, we really got to go this time. And I said, okay, alright, I think I got it. 3, 2, 1, and I didn't go. And then on the third one, I'm sure I heard the one guy say, okay, we're going to kick him on 3. Next minute, I was fucking swinging, and I lost my stomach like 4 or 5 times on the way down. It was a hell of an experience.
Oh no, that's terrible. So yeah, Lindsay.
So Lindsay says the handstand push-up, adapt or complain.
We've complained and adapted.
What did he comment right now?
He's asking. He commented a day ago.
Okay.
And then Handstand push-up
Yeah, we're
standard
not live.
from Diane. Handstand push-up standard is punishing peeps badly. That's her comment.
Yes.
about it,
Yeah, I agree.
So that's all the feedback,
All the listener feedback we have.
and that's all we have for you suckers today.
Yeah, so we're gonna be back next week, but we're gonna retest Justin's 20.3 on Monday.
Imagine
Yeah.
Toaster Bar had a standard where it was like, just kick somewhere around the bar. And then the following year they said, okay, cool, a Toaster Bar is when both feet touch the bar at the same time. You know,
Yeah.
people would freak out
Yes.
because they haven't rehearsed it, they haven't practiced it, they haven't anticipated it. It's the same thing with the handstand push-up standard.
Yeah, so we're gonna implement it in so how about this, Just? For all of our next workouts at Cape CrossFit,
You rock with a pencil.
with the next year, yes, a pencil and a measuring tape,
Yes.
and you're gonna measure us all before every workout.
100%.
We're gonna make sure that it gets done. We're gonna change all our classes to an hour and a
I
half.
like to do things right.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
things right.
Well, I'll just say the class will be the same amount of time. Come in 15 minutes early, measure yourselves up, and if you don't, well, then you will be shit in the open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna do that.
How serious are you about your CrossFit?
So we'll see if Chris is listening. Apparently he doesn't listen.
We'll
But
know now.
we'll know now. Yeah. That's all we have time for.
Yes, send us food.
Send us food.
Email us.
Yeah,
No
email
results
us.
media.
No results
Gmail.
media at gmail.com.
Instagram.
At No Rex Podcast. And Facebook, which
It's somewhere one of those things. No Rex podcast also.
It's a repost of Instagram.
It's the feed is that, but
Yeah.
if you want to go stare at it in a different format, go to the Facebook page.
And I have a question. Let us know on Instagram if you'd like to see us live.
Fuck off.
Yes.
Matthew's currently sitting here with his shirt off and his socks and shoes off.
Yeah, this is my comfy zone. I'm not going fucking live.
We're going live and we're going on a tour.
I said
Going
to
on a
these
tour.
guys,
Let's have you guys fucking donate $1 million to the Patreon, then we're going on live on a tour.
I
Yeah.
told these two guys we're gonna go live on our 15th episode. We have 5 weeks to prepare.
Yeah.
Let us know if you think that would be great.
We can come to your office.
Slide in our DMs.
Yes, we'll come to your office, but only on Thursdays between 10 and 10:30.
Yes, because that's when
Justin's
the
free.
interdimensional traveler can only arrive at
Yes,
that time.
send me an invite on Google Calendar and I'll
jeez.
get back to you.
Yeah,
That doesn't even work.
Doesn't work. That doesn't work. At all.
Yeah, we also love to do unboxings, so anything from makeup to burgers to CrossFit gear.
If you send us makeup, we'll put it on Courtney.
Gold dust.
Yeah, send that to us. Okay, thanks guys. See
Thank you
next
very
time.
much.
Cheers,
Okay,
bye-bye.
bye-bye. Bye.